Hi everyone, welcome back to my series on director David Lynch. If you're looking for intense action, stupefying plot twists, melodramatic acting, and a preponderance of sex and violence, you'd best look elsewhere, because I'm talking about The Straight Story, which is David Lynch's 1999 film, which was rated G and released by the Disney Company. Very big change of pace for him. This is a film that is definitely the odd man out in Lynch's filmography. The story is about a real life person named Alvin Straight, who was in his 70s when he learned that his brother Lyle suffered a stroke, and so he decided to make his way from Iowa to Wisconsin to visit him. However, he didn't want to ride in a bus, and he couldn't drive because his eyes weren't good enough to have a license. So he rigged up a tractor with a covered trailer behind it to basically drive all the way to the, not a tractor, what am I saying, a lawnmower basically, a riding lawnmower. You know, a tiny little thing that moves along at about maybe 10 miles an hour. Took him a long time to get there, took him weeks to get there, you know, around 6 weeks or so. Not really sure the exact time frame, but at one point someone along the road asked him, how long have you been traveling? It's like 5 weeks so far, so I imagine it took him another week or two after that at least. Richard Farnsworth is Alvin, and he was nominated for Best Actor at the Oscars that year. Sissy Spacek is his daughter. She lives with him. She has a mental disorder of some kind, or developmental disorder. So it's just the two of them living in this little town. And so he gets the news, and he, you know, she can, you know, she's good left to her own devices, so he's feels comfortable making his way on his own. But it's something that he wanted to do for himself. His brother and he had had a falling out some years ago. Very harsh words were exchanged, and so he hasn't spoken with him in over 10 years, really. I can't remember when the movie's set, but he says 88 basically is when he stopped talking to him. So, yeah, it was around 10 years, I guess. No, that's not right. Yeah, no, I can't. I'm sorry. I can't remember the dates exactly, but it's been at least 10 years since he spoke with him at all. So he's going to make his way there, just through sheer grit, basically, and he loads up he has some gas, basically gas canisters for refueling, and some food, and he's got some money as well. But basically, he's just going to trundle along the roadways and make his way there. And he meets a lot of people along the way. That's sort of where the meat of the story comes in. There's a girl who's run away, basically, and because she feels her family doesn't accept her, and he meets some bikers, not cyclists, not like Hell's Angels, but cyclists. And there's some people offer him help, and offer him food, and offer him places to stay along the way, but for the most part he's camping out in his trailer. And as he meets these people, you sort of get to know who he is. You get to know a little bit about his family, his kids, his late wife, and you know, his time as a war veteran. He fought in World War II. And he actually comes across a veteran, and they go to the local watering hole for a drink. And that's a very emotional scene, because each of them talks about kind of a bad experience they had during the war, during their time fighting overseas. Yeah, so it's just basically him meeting a whole bunch of people along the way as he makes his way over the course of, you know, however many miles it is from Iowa to Wisconsin. You know, it's quite a ways. It's a really great movie. It's a terrific movie. But as I said, very, very low key. Kind of movie that makes me want to take my time doing everything and anything. Normally when I make these videos, I talk very fast for a long time, so much so that I'm out of breath, and it's actually sort of difficult for me to try and calm down and take my time. But seeing this movie actually makes me want to take my time and just you know, just be more mellow. Just be mellow and you know, that's kind of the mood that it puts you in. Angelo Badalamenti, of course, once again did the score, but like this particular picture in relation to Lynch's other movies, this is very different from his other scores. The primary theme is done with an acoustic guitar and a fiddle, which is, you know, not typical of Badalamenti. But this some really nice music in this movie, and some lovely photography. Really, really great photography. You've got, you know, all kinds of fields and mountains and what have you. You know, it's just all the great scenery along the way. It's very, very, very nicely shot. And most of the actors I don't know at all, just basically the two principals. And of course, there's a couple of brief appearances by people who have been in other Lynch work. But for the most part, they're all just unknowns, which is nice because, you know, you're not distracted by, oh, I know that guy from somewhere. You just sort of take each character at face value because the actor is unfamiliar to you. At least that's how it was with me. So this film came out in 1999, and the next movie that I'll be doing is the 2001 film Mulholland Drive, which is one of the biggest critical successes that David Lynch has had. So I'll be talking about that, putting up a video on that in about 3 days. And of course, as always, if you want to make your own video on a David Lynch film attached to mine, I'll put you in the David Lynch playlist, which has all the of my videos and the responses. The link to that is below, so you can check out everyone's at once. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.